Okay, so just begin. All right. Let's go. Delta. Your return pleases me. I feared I might miss the chance to bid you a proper farewell. Yes, we will be taking leave from your realm. My mission is complete, and Tsubame's wounds have but healed. Tradition dictates that we return to our elders to deliver tidings of our success. Redback's last words, I will not lie. At first, they weighed heavily on my mind. In the end, I am a shinobi. I came to this land to perform a role, not out of curiosity or spite. Mayhap Master Geku still is, mayhap not. It is no longer my concern. Karasu is dead, and with his passing, it is time to close the curtain on this chapter of our lives. Before I leave, I would ask one favor. There's a place I would visit before we depart your realm. I would go alone to gather my thoughts. Could you probably look after Tsubame while I'm away? Her condition has much improved, but I would not take any chances. Thank you, Delta. Your concern was such. Well, I'm fine, Delta. In fact, I would see the injuries I suffered were not nearly as grave as they appeared at first glance. It would appear Karasu meant more to fan the flames of Aurora's ire than cause true harm. Speaking of Aurora, have you seen him? It's not like him to disappear in the midst of our preparations for departure. Alone with his thoughts, you say? Where do you suppose he might have gone? The place where two of you practice, yes. He always had a fondness for waterfalls. Yes, that must be it. Aurora's not himself of late. Perhaps I worried over much too much, but I could never forgive myself if something ill were to befall him. You will go look after him for me, will you? I seek not to change his heart. If his heart is truly made up, I wish only to know his true feelings, that I might support him in whatever humble way I can. Mm. Doing here, Delta? I took you for a woman of word. Tsubame sent you, didn't she? It looks like I was a fool to think I could fool two who know me so well. Ever since that day, this has been the only place in the world where I can find a moment of respite from the turmoil that rages within me. And yet, the instant the sound of crushing water fades from earshot, it all comes flooding back. You're a true friend to us and worthy of Shinobi in your own right. Answer me this, Delta. For whom do you wield your blade? For those around me. Yes, I knew you were a woman after my own heart. Delta, standing here just now, that is the answer I arrived at as well. I speak to earnest you, Delta. I brought across his dying words. They left me a changed man, and I can no longer deny what I have become. For so many years I questioned nothing, tradition, custom, my mission. I was a shinobi, a blade. A blade does not think. I shut off doubts, the emotions that threatened to rise to the surface. I told myself this was true presence of mind. I lied to myself no longer. Confronting Karasu, I confronted myself. Looking upon Tsubame, laying battered and beaten like my countrymen so many years ago, I felt a single all-consuming desire to visit retribution upon those who wronged us, and to do so by my own hand. I have made my decision. I shall go and face the truth, for it is only doing so that my heart will ever know peace. I will go alone, and I will hear no more of it. You and Tsubame have sacrificed and suffered more than enough. The battle that awaits is mine and mine alone. If it is Master Geike I find at the end of my journey, so be it. One or both of us will die, it matters not. Either way, my mind will be at rest. You have been a true friend and ally, Delta. Farewell. Oboro. Forgive me, Delta. It was that my legs moved on their own accord. It's just as I imagined. Oboro means to confront Master Gekai even if it costs him his life. He has made a decision, I will not stand in the way, but neither will he stand in the way of mine. Wherever Oboro fights, I will fight beside him. It was not too much asked. Play lend your strength to us one final time, Delta. You have proven yourself a true shinobi, and your blade, unfettered by tradition or convention, may just be what turns the tide of the battle in our favor. Oboro did not say where he was heading, but we already know, don't we? Karusu's last words, Candle keep quay. Let us see what guards there might tell us. Wait, such sea for a small private vessel is scheduled to dock tomorrow at the crack of dawn. Other than that, it's all been pretty quiet around these parts as it wants to be. Funny thing though, you're not the first to ask the question. A milkmaid, fairly common one at that, came by not a minute ago asking the very same question. Is it so that McGuire is one of Oboro's favorite costumes? As we might suspect, he's one step ahead of us. If we rendezvous with him somewhere, how? It would give us advantage in numbers, and yet the risk of exposing ourselves to our foe is too great. We should observe from the shadows until Master Gekai reveals himself. I'll take position on the western shore, and you take the high ground and keep watch from probably over there. Between the two of us, that should cover the entire quag. Go there, show yourself. I know a rat when I smell one. I trust I am speaking with the Garland, Empire's chief of espionage and covert operations. None other. But you can call me master if you like, young one, for old time's sake. Your full surprises, young one. The Aurora I knew would have been on the first ship back to Doma once Karasu closed his last call. You look sturdier than ever, a bit gaunt in the cheeks. Are you getting enough rest? You always work just a bit too hard for your own good. All these years, it was you. You who taught me the way of shinobi. You who loved me as a father. Why, master? Why? Why else? For our village, of course. I simply made a choice that any true shinobi would make. Don't tell me you require a history lesson, young one. Since the time of our ancestors, the shinobi have served many masters. For many years I served Doma. Then, when the time was right, I chose a more powerful master. Fortunately for me and for our village, my services were in high demand. Have you never wondered why, Oro? Why, when the Doman rebellion was crushed by the Emperor, was our village alone spared Garlemald's wrath? It was because of my actions. I protected us when the entire nation of Doma could not. Protect it? You betrayed us all. The people of Doma trusted us. You know how many Domas died that day? We swore our lives to protect them, and you sold them into slaughter. Do you feel nothing? Not any twinge remorse of the massacre you brought upon your countrymen? Wait, where'd it go? What? Hmm? What? What? Guess I'm doing this since it's not working right now. You know how many? Or, Benjamin, what is Doma to me when weighed against the ancient glorious history of my fellow shinobi? History is littered with husks of fragile men who gave their worthless lives to bring glory to their betters. I hope against that Karasu was wrong, that his story was not but twisted lies of a sad fool, but no, I was a fool, Master No. Gekkai, for you are no master of mine. In the name and souls of the untold thousands whose blood are on your hands, I declare your life forfeit. Revenge for foot soldiers and peasants. Is that what this is all about? That's why you lingered here like a festering boil after your allotted mission was complete? Forsaking your role for some selfish night of fancy will not earn you many friends back home, or nor here. The more time I spend in Garland, the more I realize the Empire's quite suits me. There is something to be said for the culture that values merciless strength above all. I've won over quite a few loyal subordinates. Poor little one, all your lofty words, and here you stand alone. You are alone because you are weak. He has no swords, that is true. This isn't an army, after all. But Oro has something you will never have, comrades who believe in him, and the ideals for which he fights. So how did you... Not just me, Oro, Delta has come too to fight at your side. Comrades, you would choose the company of glorified sellsword over that our master had made you who you are. Oh, how far my pupils have fallen. You're the one who has fallen, Gekkai. Delta fights with a sense of honor and purpose that you have long forgotten. Thus I cannot begin to express my gratitude. My friends, my comrades, I am honored to fight at your side. Let us show this false master what true strength is. It cannot be. Hi, Delta, thank you. It is through your belief in me that I was finally able to believe in myself. Ikarasu, you had a hand in bringing this chapter to a close. You may be gone, but you are not forgotten. Oh, that almost sounded like eulogy. It almost makes you wish I were actually dead. Oh. Because you're still live, but how? But when it comes to playing dead, I did learn from the best, you know. I see, but why vanish only to return? Oh, just an undelivered present. This is the fifth and final piece of Delta's traditional garb. Let's be never said that I don't complete my missions, even if it's just playing delivery boy. Wait, Carlos, the elders who named you traitor to us, they were some who went to the streets as I was. If I explain their seriously, please let us return home together. What's this now? Now that wasn't a script. How soon we forgot our role? I was not the traitor, no, but I did follow him. That makes me just as much traitor, at least in their eyes. Perhaps, but at the same time, you risked your life for what you believe in. We are not so different, you and I. The sentence most touching, but my answer remains no. The village was always a bit too cramped for me. I prefer to spread my wings on the grander stage. The honorable deeds of my present do not erase the terrible crimes of my past. I was a spy, an assassin, quite a good one, I may add. And all the blood Geki has on hands are mine are nearly as red. In others' mind, you had one mission. Why complicate the matter? Bring this back and tell the others what they want to hear. The traitor across the red wiki is no more, slain by your hand. You'll be welcome as a hero, while my fate will be regretted. I will, long last, be free. If this is how you will have it, Crossy, then shall be. This I promise. Slowly but surely, our village will change. I will take what I have learned and build a village that honors all our fallen. A village you could be proud to call home. Just don't get too cocky now, or I'll have to come back and put you in the whole village in its place. Of course, let us meet again on the battlefield and pit our ideals against each other as we did that day. Let's see, where do I have to go? Enter. It's strange, Jota. All this time I believe I was instructing you in the way you show me. And yet now that's all done, I feel I should be the one to call you a teacher. Thanks to you, I finally achieved true clarity and presence in mind. My blade is stronger for it. And more important still, I now understand what I am truly fighting for. Follow my mind by any measure, your bit is equal as shinobi, save for one fallacy which I will now impart you, Kasatsu. Use it to rearrange the energy channel in your body and unleash a powerful ninja technique one after the next. Be warned, in our tongue it means quite literally life and death, which one it means for you will depend entirely on your presence of mind. And with this, I believe, we both satisfy the respective sides of our initial agreement. We will return to our village, which means I must bid you farewell. Though perhaps not this day. I would see my home change for the better and introduce new ways of thinking to complement old, but before I can, there is much I still must learn about this land. And so I will go ahead. I will report to our elders the success of Auror's mission and inform them they will return as soon as he recruits from the ruins he stained in battle. The soul crystal that Kurosu gave us, there's no doubt our successful mission. It's a flawless plan if I do say so myself. Yes, how fortunate that I thought of. Nonetheless, never changes, Aurora. Promise me that. And with that, Delta, it seems, it is I who will bid you farewell. You've been a true friend, and my heart awaits the day where we shall meet again. We will return to give Aurora lessons from time. I'm not convinced that he bows as masterful as he seems to think. Confidence could be dying your blades. Should I do next? Let's go. To restore the gear. I did not pay attention. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Let's go to Gold Saucer. Because I want to take that daily thing out of the way. Don't forget. Um, these those are gonna be done in half an hour. Don't need to do them. We're drawing number 4298 on the mini blah blah. I don't even know why I bothered reading it. Hmm. Hmm. Of course. Hmm. Hmm. So the same as last. Greens Delta Alpha Node tells me Allen is in place to begin his trial company. The Science shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremonies set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Torturu is coordinating with Alpha Node to see that all readiness. So I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived at Reverend's Toll of late. I wonder if Softborn might not find himself alone. Would you speak with him and see the result he requires? I can involved in stars new company. I love making new friends. You know, we're not so eager to look for a future. We don't. What's here? Oh no, it's all the same. Every Delta, I thought you'd have your hands off helping this new arm of the science. I barely noticed your recruits are. It says barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. I'll appreciate your offer of aid. This is more a burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the Academic, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Softboard on the shipment, we couldn't. Oswald, what befell? We're bringing the shipments around stolen provisions are marked for the frontier effort. But just as we crossed over from it, we were set upon brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were too many. We only escaped our lives by abandoning the supplies. Forgive us. There's nothing to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more case than Sybil 3. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did the supplies originate? House Four Temps. We collected provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Delta, were you not on good times with the Knights of House Four Temps? I was sending them a massive immediately, of course, but I would like you to have traveled there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for your understanding. I'm certain Lord Hawtreffant will be glad of your assistance. So let's switch to Dragoon. Mount. Friend Delta 11, would you care for a plate of roast cockerel? Some old wine? No, I see. You have not come to my call, merely escaped the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Reverend Stoll, and I suspect the time of your arrival is no coincidence. What? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I'll take the warrior set.
The incident with the New Frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Halone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Welcome. You'll be pleased to know that the repairs to the stone vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Dranans might batter themselves instantly against our shields in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whiteburn. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the fury, but you do seem destined to cross path with those villains. I must confess, 'tis sad truth that the wild Cerebolts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning and keenly enough to evade our most able trackers. But it is not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence the Ice Heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an insulting, unnatural zeal. Mayhap you would care to question one of the recent victims? As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after the traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he screened the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that will aid you in your task. Mm. But yes, of course, I'm recovered enough for anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was traveling my usual way to whip her in front when suddenly a blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground. Several heretics were rifling through my cargo, arms, armor, pistols. They were taking everything. It was then one of them noticed my leery gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I directly heard the words return to Snowcloak. I dare say that's where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. Tell me 'twas a miracle I served at all, and not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Draw your weapons well. Wait, I recognize you, Avenger. You come seeking heretics? Then we share a common purchase. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered like in this room, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wrath. So short compared to them. Because the one on top of the cliff, could Iceheart herself come near our fall? And where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We now have the men to risk further action. Twould be best were we to return to Whiteburn and lay our suspicions before Lord Darlamont. So it appears I owe you my thanks again. The surviving knights spare no detail in the report. The men you found out near Sokoke were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily, I fear we have woefully underestimated the threat of these heretics pose. While I'm saying you may block out the notion, I must ask you to put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised when unprepared into what may very well be the lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Hawkshaw of your discovery. He will wish to plan contingencies on his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
So I didn't mean to do that. So it's good to see you return to Toll Halford, your frozen wastes. Look for this. House Fortums is to send a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Houchant for his continued generosity. And even as the town grows prosperity, I fear will attract even greater numbers of those who would do harm in the name of greener power. All of us, Elfins and recruits included, must be vigilant against such threats. Okay. Right. This one's for warrior. Hmm. Sure. I'll be right back. Here is this on yet? Oh, this is back now. Okay. I should have checked sooner, but oh well. Well, I'll be right back. Yes, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were almost but completed, although Tardu does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough time to go ahead in the Rising Stones and see what frantic receptionist could do with a hand. These words needs for these why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorry to file the lot in my waste paper basket. I'll tell you startled me. You're still a hand splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about roads and I haven't had the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don the garbs immediately and assemble here in Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alpha Node if you don't want to miss the ceremony. I wonder if Science will ever have matching uniforms. I will fund an organization and a well-dressed organization, I suppose. I believe this company will see no riches or short-sighted fools. The givings of oneself to the investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made its name for itself, there will be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to adoring masses. I do best make my fellows here, but I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Our new uniforms, I remind of my induction into the Wood Whalers. We can do spins. Yay, even I don't care that this is slower. Alright. Oops, I passed a guy. So the guard makes me proud over the maelstrom, and a hardy defender loses. But and truly I stand for the betterment of the realm. And through this new company, you'll find opportunity to contribute to a grander scale. So now let's strike and shade of blue. Put alongside my maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe is certainly not lack for color. Sword has at last returned from the adventure life. Though I shall miss him and his wisdom and irresistible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own path forward. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. But Amigo could learn much from my soul. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I know Warren. Quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Just all over the gods, I didn't expect to meet you strolling around town. The tales of your primal vows were what inspired me to come to Reverend's Toll. It's not a receive uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. I believe we met. I'm over. You know, of the honor of leading my fellow recruits as a captain. Much did I lose in calamity. I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Uniforms are a shrewd decision. They're no easier matter of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. What would you guys give? All this stuff. I know. This is just all this. What is this? I don't know. That stuff. I always forget what those are. Where's the last one? Yep, sure. Hello there, lass. Looking for me? I was just giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I decided here I'm on the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing cut all the blood to my head. Not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Yes, Delta, I thought I mentioned you were heading out the uniforms. I assume you've met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered to call arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army. There is much a small course of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought a name? Communism hope shall be known across the breadth of Victoria. The moment truth draws near, Delta. Once the last recruits have ground gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
And whatever, just take. I don't really care about these, so just take that and. Very good. Seems the virgins are prepared for transportation. Let us hope that the shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommonly fierce this day. Oh. So, 130. Sure. I think my cleaner gave those to me. As I cannot shake the creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate sit on problems of the present. The problems have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as permanent solution to the problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ossians, Ranger has wholly dedicated to finding the means in which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all you know that, right? Let us speak of the more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alpha did well to follow the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. So I doubt not that he is going to do his best if I feel a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how it can be independent to a fault and singularly loath to accept help, save, of course, when it comes to help from you. Alvin has entrusted countless matters of importance secure in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be grateful if you would go to him and support him whatever your manner you are able. Mm-hmm. The first unit 2 will die, and the second and fourth are still in further orders. Many countrymen are skilled to bow and blade. I made it my mission to rally those with such talents to the British cause. I can only hope we can be of some small assistance. Well, from invoice depictions to It's a War, Delta Disc in front line, and I fear I have been overrun. Condemn refugees to death. Wait a minute, that's not right. In which event, we must guide them to Little Omega, else we condemn them to death. Yeah, what did I just tell you? Additional domain cuisine, we strive for perfect balance, not only of flavor and texture, but also nutrients. For meal to be truly satisfying, it must nourish the body as well as strengths. Thus would be foolish to sacrifice nutrition for flavor. If Higuri and other skilled culinarians work closely together, I dare say they could create an extraordinary dish sure to satisfy Azorian and Domain alike. Dazzling floral arrangement, each blossoms a peerless beauty in her own hand. All the blessed burden of overactive imagination. Ratings for the UNs disappeared, making the most of their newfound freedom, no doubt. Those short uniforms are rather striking, but I think I shall remain silent for the nonce. These walls have become my home, and the signs of my family. Look forward, never back. Devote yourself only to present. That is what I've learned from Dolan's. Said Delta, and I do. Besides, I'm rather busy. You're lending a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I would suddenly entrust it to my brace, but demands upon times are with such a little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is a great demand for our services, and we are hard pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact that I would sooner attend this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being said, I've entrusted my resolution to my second in command, Captain Elbert. Tell him that I send you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Delta.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now.
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hole of Flames and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Oops. I went to the wrong spot. I did not pay attention in the slightest. Oops. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Pah! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General, you wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Mhm. 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 Survival begins in our sign. Suffice to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep will cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Leveiller. Return from Ozal, Commander. Almost soon something has happened. Trouble? You will recall that the fourth was tasked with reconning the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion in Imperial context. Do not look if we received word that you... Then after you left, we received word the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to the report, one of our own has been taken captive. Garlands are not wont to treat their foreman with dignity, and have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardon, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask your aid once more, Sign. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garlands with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you're the best chance we have. Kelnor is the right of it. I trust you're willing, but of course you are. Now, Alien of the Fourth lies in way of Tangle near the entrance to Castrum. Send you seek her out, and she will apprise you of the situation. Boy, it's gonna be time to take down some more Empire losers. Oh, come on. Oh, good. It's still there. I seriously thought it was gonna make me disappear again. Mount. Is the rescue mission? We're in Debt Warrior of Light. No. Oh, come on. You stupid ass thing. Everybody is in rescue mission. We're in Debt Warrior of Light. Time is against us, so allow us to brief you on the situation. The Orleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Russia and hauling her away to Castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, all we could do is flee and regroup. Even as we, the Garlands, may integrating Russia or worse, with her hurts, I fear that she will not survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Order may be in infancy, but the bond that binds us strong as a mythical. None of us will stand by while our comrade suffers. The remnants of the Fourth will entreat the Castrum Century. Please help us find Russia before it's too late. Where am I? Thank God we found you. And thank you, Warrior Light. Now, let's quit this workers' place. Roger cannot move with those winds. She'll need to be carried out. I believe the Virgins are. Might we trouble you to find one giving your reputation? I suspect the Garlands will be too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to seal away unnoticed. Let us begin once we're safely outside the walls. On. Fall to my blades. Sure, I need it. What did I need that for? Yes. Yes. No. Yeah, I do not have the stuff to make it. Hmm. Okay, I do have that. Do I have these? Oh, I do. So I can order 2 of these. Oh, perfect. I have like exact stuff to make it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are your terminal sanctions, my friend? You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our common rush is safe, and we suffer no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left to report the mission success to Commander LaRue, and I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Story dishes. Sasa is random and is like. The children considering we strive for proper balance and not only flavor and texture but nutrition. For meals truly satisfying must be nourish the body as well as delight the senses. Hmm. No, it does me well to see your dust return, though I doubt you're not prowess. Entering the enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess I've been trifling anxious. If you are hale and whole, and have succeeded in your mission, then you won't. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued was being cared for by the Dolmens, and thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You may have gratitude, Delta. Allow me to thank you also, Scion, for shows you her life. We escape with the miniature cow she sees him. We can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Emperor is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see that the men keeps their wits about them. It may take time, but I will not rest until you have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Delta, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require you to accompany me to Corythus. I've been granted an alliance with the Ishgarden dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the Trimming of Fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you're ready. Blessed with the rare opportunity to honor with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Amric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to secure his favor. For this reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Amric wishes to meet the one behind the legend, I will not deny him the pleasure of your company. The Achenin should see the wisdom of his plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Corthius. You may not be feel this is a waste of your talents. They could doubtless be put to a nobler use. If so, I remind you that more good can be accomplished with a stroke of a pen than a thrust of the sword. With regarding an ambassador, by all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of atheretic disturbances or unusual beast tribes activity as late. If Alphanet believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. I take it Delta has explained the situation. She has. Yet welcome though the overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Guardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I am no more than generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Albatha's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and ahead of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Azorian alliance formed in the wake of Almega's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of Convenience who withdraw from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. Since which time the borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' call to reopen dialogue, throwing deaf ears to their neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Karnu, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convene Ishgard to restore the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Azoria stands united, we can only hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamihigo. And what am I in efforts to do, why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so, rather than lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past. This time we shall meet a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive to think they have come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead Delta. Our old friend Lord Harkrev is expecting us. Since your quest is to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further integrated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His findings may prove useful to our case. Saunterers rise and fall in whims of crowd. Earning the favor of a wealthy patron or two might ameliorate risk is true, but such relationships carry risks of their own. But if I were to become successful, the rewards would far exceed anything I could ever earn as a miner. When sweating lost on Crystal Breeze, I wager there'll be no sort of Valentines eager to exact vengeance on our common foe. We own our skills to fight and protect our country. Though our land may be lost, our people abide. We must unite against the Empire. Let us see that the Doma is not easily defeated. Their expertise in covert operations would serve them well in the battle against the Empire, it is true, and yet I cannot help but shrink from this talk of more fighting. Lady Tulsa asked me to accompany her on the latest mining expedition. As a guard, you understand. The moment she set eyes on that crowbar, she ran like back on full pelt. It was all I could do to keep up. Do I truly inspire so little confidence? Forgive me, but I cannot talk at the moment. I'm in lots of meditation and fortify my etheric flow. Ballads of bloody battles, valiant knights, heroic sacrifice, straight fare, but who am I to question the preference of a Ishgardian noblewoman? The key to successful negotiations is discerning the other party's motives. And the key is that comprehensive understanding of circumstances past and present. You're gonna be such a sticker for detail, why not write yourself? You cannot send this to Gardinia. The figures are all wrong. For the love of 12, you misspelled Elder Seedsier's name. You know, I'm just gonna be going to the bathroom. Be right back. And I am back. Alright. Yeah, 1 second. Let's use you. Mm. Mm. Do 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 do. Delta, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked by blazing progression for your isle. It would not do such distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. Gestures much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climates. Ah, good, Master Alpha, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Hardcroft, forgive us for another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you generously assisted us in locating the Emperors. Not since any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say that what the future may bring? House Fortips may even seek the aid of their newly formed Crystal Braves. In that case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at least willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak help justify this decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Anwick arrived at Dragonhead earlier, and I was told he's eager to meet you at first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous rest while I warm for her. If you're willing to forego such comfort, pray inform the knight stationed outside of the intercessory, and he will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. Innovating as there sounds, I think it's best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Hmm. Expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know. and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Take that. Just when we were making progress. To make matters worse, the caravan that I spoke of was bound for a reverence to of all places. Honestly, we are so inclined I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I'm not. It would be more than enough attack. Let us speak with Lord Hungrove and find out what he has learned. My sincerest apology for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to stop our wait. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the cavern bound for Ravenstall as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, and every crate seized, and as quickly as they happened they were gone. It would be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route. Knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Right, we can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Harshef said, lest crucial evidence may be lost. You have an act for discerning hidden and truth, Delta. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site? Excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. You speak of this? Then you must be. Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate to find tip the wagon for a good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it. Though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden away, One to pay no heed to Ramos, absent of proofs is not but speculation. Might be the squire receiving care at the observatory and could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack, not that his presence amounted to much. Here, I guess, then. You can ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as lost and ill-equipped for the journey further north. Our leader called out to them and one step forward with answer. Shortly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl. I thought some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same. That's why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumbled to the ground. I didn't know what happened until I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't, they killed me, so I just lay still and listened. I heard people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Let's see. How you returned? What news have you for us? It seems Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who was this Shiva the heretics spoke of? Have you not read a single line of Etrodon? Shiva was a traitor to Kilthinkin, an apostle who lay down with dragons. No, we can't expect all foreigners to know Ashgardian scripture so well, particularly when it comes to the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she's their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Hawkrov, what was the Carven's Cardo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe which is a primal? Why else would they go for such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harv, you would agree that discretion is a paramount of our concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alfred. The sons of Centaur are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need send word to my brethren at Reverence to our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I'm sure you would not miss this for the world. Cool. Get serious. Yep. Then attacks on our Kavan seem little more than nuances at first. The heretics were problems, for sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. As a present Milfine of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Delta, pray join me and Wiper in front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of Hostel have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It's my hope they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Dolmert should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. See? Do 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 do. Na 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 na. As wasn't the one wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friend. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all yours, Lord Durlmern. A band of pilgrims were transporting a large number of crates to their west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, the self-same frozen wall, which we speculate must conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirm our suspicion. I've, however, enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning unit of Crystal Rays to Waver in front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Amric. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it'll prove an all too brief collaboration, Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon success of a single solution. There may be yet subtler means by which we can locate the heretics later. Mayhap Lord Drummond has one in mind. Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there are else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Mm-hmm. Got a piece. I'll be right back. And there it is. BRB. I am back. It seems as though we are one step behind our quarry, ever just beyond our reach. Though I like to believe the table's about to turn, I must confess having certain doubts. I try and firmly succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield same stuff results. Fortunately, we are not without options. I trust you have forgotten Inquisitor Guillemine. We have not. The mystery of how the herd remained undiscovered for so long has much of our thoughts as the question of what steps might be taken to prevent similar breach of security in the future. Importantly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brimfront. The some were found to have committed crimes and certain minor conjectures. We identified only one possible heretic. If the man has pledged himself to Ice Heart's cause, he will have taken note of the movement of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. This man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir General in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond that wall, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Where in the hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, Blunder. Why are you late? Standing on the wall. Why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. You're still doing like a lower your voice and they'll hear us in white room front. Yes, of course, the tunnel lights are in snow cloak. This is what you we already knew. Our comrades are boulders will use the tunnels. Dead before they know what's happened. None of us. As my time is this cleared. Investigation bear fruit. I see a shot of man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would you have could he heard their words more clearly? Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are none less enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident they can thwart it. The comrades in Boulder Dawn are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Allied forces at Snowcloak. We no longer suspect the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you've overheard, I fear Snowcliffs may be riddled with such passageways, and the heretics in the Boulder Town are planning to use them to take our foe forces unawares. This way we can allow them. A contingent of house Durgan knights are on patrol area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemies' numbers or readiness, I cannot say for certain they will be sufficient. Upon my mind is if you would consent to assist my knights with their search. I know they would take courage should present of so storied warrior. Rendezvous with them at Boulder's Down. If Allah is kind, we may catch those heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Delta. Their lives of our allies are at stake. And off. Oh, right here. Highness sent no word of you coming, Delta. What happened? What is that in your hand? The Fury. Those were veterans with the years of service. And all they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the Mensphere. Not now. Not while I serve to summon the abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not in sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you follow managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guards and watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicion. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use the tunnels of impurity to prepare their ambush. D'Angelo has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Surgeon must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Dormant recognizes. Blah, blah. Time of essence, Delta. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training equipment will avail them not if they're cut down or swords are drawn. But all is not your loss. If you leave now, you may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Amric everything we have discovered. This welcome surprise. Hi, Oneko! How are you? Delta, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden. Yeah, my gratitude should be told. We suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Livero been informed? The Rays must be aware. I've been doing the MSQ. Must be here, I am certain of it. Why else would they go for such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis a pity that discovery comes with our enemy has such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics notice terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. I forget. I know we met the Crystal Braves. Now doing this. Sure. I've not met anyone like that. No, I've not met anyone that looks like that. We found it. It's all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightfully be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damn old summon. There she is. Come here, girl. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride did, eh? There will be others nearby. We must see that they're given similar warm welcome. Commander Lero. There's been development, sir. Together with some knights, we have secured entrance to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that's not all, sir. We think one of them might be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst the Warren tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Some of the others were going in. Oh my Alpha, the tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with certain where it leads, much less what is waiting there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge at this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than help. Wait, no, I think I did meet the person. Oh wait, no, I did meet that person. I'm pretty sure. I remember. No, I did because I remember saying, "Oh wait, that person's in Aru." Yeah, was it yesterday? I don't know. The other day? No, I did. Now that now I'm remembering, I did. I just did not remember. But I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Oh yeah, literally, that's literally the whole thing that started off. Mm-hmm. I think your point. If the tunnels indeed narrow, as you say, greater numbers would be a hindrance to your help. Should we encounter a difficulty, our own allies will become an obstacle to escape. Still haven't gotten to see her face, though. I'm a change of plans. We'll rendezvous with Sir Amric and keep the heretics at bay here. You will go where the tunnels lead. And find Icer at the end and do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown so that see how you're prepared. Anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or probably will sulk. Constitutional momentum is just over here. Have we not noticed the heretics breaking the source? We have never noticed it. First, Sir Amric's orders will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter slight resistance, we cannot leave our post. How do I do it with the NPCs, or do I do it with it? I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Do NPCs or other players? I'm just gonna do NPCs so I don't have to wait. No cloak. This is very peaceful music for a dungeon. Key. Oh, there's ice versions of these guys? Crap. First one. jump back. Okay. See, what do I get? Just a ring. Oh, I was not expecting that. Even the NPCs are like, where did they come from? Did that gobble just jump out of a snowball? It's fun how like if you do it with NPCs, they'll comment on the progression. This way. Oops, I clicked off. Oh no, it's an ice version of that guy. Wait, you can actually get the named NPCs for this? Oh, jeez. It's a Yeti! Oh, it literally just, the NPC said, be mindful of our arms, so I'm assuming that means it does a giant attack with its arms. But I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do there. The NPCs went behind the boulders, so I assume that's what I was supposed to do. You stand behind the giant ones, I'm assuming. Or not. Or not. Nope. Trying to time a jump doesn't seem to work. Actually, I don't know. It might have done something. Snowball fight was not what I was expecting. Unless we were victorious. Antique gauntlets. Heroes' earrings of slaying. Hello. Hold on. That startled me. There's still more. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's endless. Oh, clearly don't go towards that giant spike. I wonder, is this gonna be the last one? Or not? Here. Oh, is this what the oh, this looks pretty cool. Is this what the Fenrir mount that you get at the gold saucer looks like? I might have to get it then, because I do have the million to get it. Unless there's an alternate way to get it for cheaper. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Go behind the pillars, I'm assuming. And then the pillars explode. Oh, dang it. I wasn't... I was... Oops. Get behind it. What? I don't... What? I'm so confused as what... I don't know what just happened. Dang it. I don't know. I have no clue what just happened. Did I mistime it by accident? Oh. That's the one downside to doing it with NPCs. If you screw up and get knocked out, you have to redo the whole thing. Oh yeah, I think I definitely... Oh, what? I keep somehow failing and getting caught in this. Whoops, I was clicking one instead of... Use... Oh wait, no, that's why. I was in the wrong side, damn it, damn it, damn it. That's what happened. No, I see what happened. I didn't realize. I wasn't paying attention. That attack, I was behind the wrong one. That's why. That's what happened. Is the attack, I didn't pay attention because I was behind a glowing one instead of the solid one. Which one is it going to be? This one? Yeah, that's where I messed up. Yep, that's where I messed up.
You all really need to go and watch Delta's stream at twitch.tv/Delta
What?
Flamestorm because Delta's a cutie.
What? What? Wait. You do. That startled me. I was actually gonna I was gonna finish up after doing this dungeon actually because I've been going for almost 4 hours. Mhm. You know. Yes.
The Their tales do not do you
Oh, there's
justice,
gonna be a
warrior
fight.
of light.
A trial fight, isn't there? Mm-mm. The tales do not do you just. I just read it.
Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue,
Mhm.
O noble warrior of light.
What? Oh, wait. No, what? I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking water and ice are the same thing, but no.
I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
Why am I just standing there?
For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
I'm just letting her walk up to the crystal, up to the aether thing. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe I'll do it. First complete this. That took longer than expected. What news, Delta? The ice heart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable. But from your description of the base, you did well come as close as you did. In any case, now you cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin the survey of tunnels in earnest. May I believe find a route past there as well. Wouldn't that do wonders for the fight against the heretics? The crystal braves will certainly share the credit too. 12 be praised, Delta. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage, assuming we stop Ice Hurt before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow science will have not been idle. Wilfina and Uringer have been busy pursuing the archives of House Forceps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragon to report today's event, don't. The accident should be here any minute. Can only assume some people are enjoying subjecting themselves to this cold shiver. What's next? I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then decide if I'm gonna continue or not. What to do is alright, yeah. Be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Mm, just check something. Just check something. We'll just finish here. Yeah, let's finish up. Bye bye.